Well, guys, what do you think, huh? We got Essex County cups, we got Essex County pens, we got Essex County USB sticks. I mean, all this beautiful paraphernalia and apparel that comes along with, just being a resident of Essex County, New Jersey. I mean, my goodness. Is there any other thing that they could spend your tax dollars on? Because make no mistake, every municipality in Essex County does this exact same thing. None of them are original thinkers. So, you got Newark, pins and cups and shirts and like. You got Irvington, pins and cups and shirts and like. You got I'm not Essex County, East Orange, pins and cups and shirts and like. It's really, really frustrating because instead of maybe not charging the people of Essex County an arm and a leg to live in Essex County. No. We're gonna charge you, and we'll give you back cute little knickknacks like this. Let's just make our way into the into the job fair here, because I have been lucky enough to find a position, a pretty good position right now. So I'll be taken care of for the next few months as far as work goes. But in my search for a full-time job, because remember guys, I have part-time jobs. It's very easy to pick a part-time job. It's the one you want is the full-time position. I was over here looking, and I gotta say, this is a madhouse. This is a fun house, and this is a big part of the reason why so many Americans, and be clear, there's a huge difference between American citizens and Americans that take issue with the immigration problem. Right now we're seeing all across the country, we're seeing all these arrests for ICE, all these people who are protesting, including the mayor of the town that we're in right here, Newark, because this took place at Essex County College, which is in the middle of Newark, and Ras Baraka and the congressional rep, LaMonica McIver. These are they are not worrying about anybody that's in this room right now, any of their residents, any of their citizens, anybody who actually needs the means in order to take care of themselves and their families. No. They want to go and ensure that the job market is just full of a whole bunch of people ready and willing and able to undercut the people that came before them. That's what it is. And so it's one of the saddest things to see is how many people are just so desperate for work that they came to this here event. And I gotta say, guys, the event itself was hilarious. Okay, now, like I previously said, I got a job now, I'm doing okay, but the woman who was running it, because of course it was a woman who was running it, she goes up on the speakers and she starts talking about how these companies, they're hiring today, and I want the companies to come on up and tell us how many people that they're hiring today and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there listening to it like, lady, what? What are you talking about? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. When it comes to the hiring process, no one gets hired in a day anymore. That's just like these people. And if you see people in the black shirts and the red shirts, right? They have been on the bureaucratic plantation so long that they are completely unaware of how work, for lack of a better term, works in the big 2025. And so she's sitting there talking about same day hires, and then like about 15 minutes later, some of the business owners and managers for the businesses come up and they say, yeah, we talking to people, we talk to like 8 really good people and I'll have you, but literally none of them were doing same day hiring. Why? Because they don't have to. They can take all their the job that I just got, right? It took me 4 interviews and 3 whole months. No, 4 months of scheduling interviews and talking to people, and yeah, we'll get back in contact with you, to a point where I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, I don't stand a chance in a snowball's chance in hell. But no, they actually reached back out, and I mean, I'm good, I'm locked in now. But that's the hiring process in the big 2025. I mean, there's so many people to choose from. There's absolutely zero desperation on the end of any of the employers. Why? Because they have a surplus of individuals who are more than happy to that they can more than happily just string along and continue to kind of yo-yo when it comes to the job market thing. And that's one of the bigger problems with New Jersey being a sanctuary state, right? Because you've been like, oh yeah, all illegals come on through, which honestly, it's a big part of the reason why I just have zero faith in our democratic process in New Jersey, because the way Murphy ran on being a sanctuary state and just stopping Trump and literally said how he was going to raise taxes back in 2017, I knew he was cooked then. I knew he was cooked. You can go and check my, because I started this channel in 2019. Yeah, that's the same year my mom died. So I started this channel in 2019, and even back then, this entire time, even though earlier on in the channel, I was talking about how I wanted to leave and I wanted to get away and the like, and I that part of me still does, but a part of me is like, but the stronger part of me is like, this is home and you gotta fight for home. You don't get but so many opportunities to do so. But this state has been cooked even long before Murphy got in. But it's like well done now, to a point where I'm telling you right here, right now, that Ciattarelli's gonna be the governor. The primaries are on the 10th, which is 3 days from now. This is being recorded on Saturday the 7th. And what's going to happen is it's going to be Mikey Sherrill versus Jack Ciattarelli, and Ciattarelli is going to take it in November. And if you guys remember, when it comes to the whole political realm, I'm right. And I'm right because I know these things. And I know these things because of pattern recognition. That's right. Good old-fashioned pattern recognition has led me to be able to confidently tell you guys that Jack Ciattarelli is going to be the governor. And would you like to know what's going to change? Absolutely nothing. Nothing changes. You got all these jackasses out here screaming about how, yeah, we're going to flip New Jersey red. And oh, yeah, it's going to be a red wave in New Jersey. Oh, New Jersey is a swing state now. Durr. Like, no, it's really not. Like, it's really not. And that's because this channel is about, separating the masculine from the feminine, the testosterone from the estrogen. But when it comes to the politics of it, it's the recognition that the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, none of it matters. None of it matters at all. It's about who the person that's running is, which is one of the reasons why you should never sit there when somebody just says, oh, well, I'm a Republican. It's one of the reasons I can't tell you what to do. But one of the reasons I personally will never be like, oh my goodness, well, a Republican, how dare you? Like, nah, bro, like, I done hung out with Republicans. Like, it's the exact same thing when it comes to any group or any identity politics, right? You can talk to a person, and on certain things, they are conservative. On certain things, they are liberal. It just depends on what that thing is and how much that thing affects their dollars. Okay? That's all it's ever going to be, which is why no matter how it shakes out in November, the Democratic Party will continue to maintain a supermajority here in New Jersey, and the Republican Party will do absolutely nothing to change it. You want to know how I know? Same as before, pattern recognition. And the pattern is that they haven't bothered to do it this entire time. Like, the NJGOP is one of the weakest and ultimately most hilarious political organizations to ever exist, because they suck. They suck hard and they suck long. I mean, it is straight down their gullet how hard they suck. So, as for all these people, the Scott Presslers and the like, who are like, oh yeah, well, due to my efforts, I'm gonna flip New Jersey red. No, New Jersey was always going red, buddy. That's just how it is, and that's so our true masters, the invisible hand powers that be, the MK Ultras and bourgeoisies and the like, they get to do a soft reset on, you know, just the nonsense. And so, you know, oh, we have a fresh start. And in another 4 or 8 years, everybody's gonna be with the exact same complaints. And we as New Jerseyans, guess what? We're not saving a dollar. It's not gonna happen unless, you know, other choices are made. And it's time to start delivering people other choices. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next one.